Coronation Street's Abi Webster has given up her stable married life to chase an affair with her brother-in-law, Carl, convinced that their feelings are mutual. However, Carl is already showing signs of regret as the reality of a life with Abi, who is also raising her young son, begins to hit him. Despite making things official with Abi, Carl has kept his secret fling with James Bailey going. Is he more likely to end his new relationship than give up his wild and reckless ways? And can Abi recognize the red flags before everything falls apart? In next week's installments, the couple are seen searching for new apartments as they prepare to leave Carl's single-man suite at the Chariot Square Hotel. Although the hotel room was ideal for their discreet meetings, Abi felt it was time to find a real home for little Alfie. When Lauren Bolton's previous flat becomes vacant, Abi wastes no time snapping it up and begins arranging the move. But Shona Platt isn't happy when she realizes Abi is handling everything herself and wonders why Carl hasn't lifted a finger. Abi begins to notice Carl's indifference towards such a major step, and her own uncertainty about their relationship starts to grow. Will she call him out for his lack of effort? And has she made a terrible choice by turning her world upside down for him? Elsewhere, Abi isn't the only one who needs to watch out for Carl. In recent episodes, he's been scheming to take money from his sister Debbie to cover his debts. After implying that her dementia was affecting her performance, Carl managed to secure a job at the hotel and attempted unsuccessfully to access the business finances. This week, sly Carl hatches another plot to get hold of the funds by removing Debbie from the picture. He persuades her that she'd booked a holiday, one she supposedly forgot about, and insists he'll oversee the accounts while she's away. After stealing his brother's wife, could Carl now pull off conning his own sister too? Coronation Street writers exposed after major continuity slip involving beloved character. Coronation Street fans have recently noticed a glaring continuity mistake linked to longtime favorite Maria Connor, played by Samia Longchamban for more than 2 decades. Viewers took to social media after spotting an amusing inconsistency in the script involving Maria. The well-known hairdresser, who's been a staple on the cobbles since 2000, appeared to forget something she once proudly claimed expertise in: the iconic 1980s film The Karate Kid. In an episode aired back in May 2024, Maria enthusiastically told her son Liam that she adored the movie and even boasted about her moves. She laughed, "Wow, great coordination. I used to nail all the Karate Kid stuff, crane kicks, wax on, wax off." When Liam seemed puzzled, she gasped, "Wait, you've never seen The Karate Kid? That's criminal. Go grab the remote." Yet in last week's episode, Maria suddenly acted as though she had no idea what the film even was. While chatting with Gary, she teased, "Okay, Mr. Magic, let's hear your big trick." Gary, confused, replied, "Who's Mr. Magic, Darren Brown?" To which Maria responded, "No, that kung fu movie you and Dev never shut up about." A bewildered Gary corrected her. "Babe, it's the Karate Kid. And it's Mr. Miyagi, not Mr. Magic. Please don't embarrass yourself at a Karate Kid convention." Maria just giggled and said, "Don't worry, I wouldn't dream of it." Fans were quick to notice the blunder and jumped onto Reddit to share their reactions. The original poster, who uploaded clips from both scenes, wrote, "Not the end of the world, but definitely a continuity fail for Maria. Proofs in the videos." Viewers found the mix-up hilarious, with one commenting, "This sub never misses a thing. Absolute gold." Another added, "Haha, totally busted. Great catch." Others, however, came to the writer's defense. One user reasoned, "My mom's the same with old films. She never remembers titles or characters. Maybe Maria just exaggerated before to sound cool to Liam." The inconsistency unfolded just as Maria was fuming about the comeback of her former rival, Eva Price, who recently returned to Weatherfield to take charge of the Rovers' return in. Longtime fans will recall that during Eva's original stint, beginning in 2011, the two women clashed bitterly after Maria had an affair with Aidan Connor, Eva's fiancé. Instead of confronting Aidan directly, Eva got her revenge by faking a pregnancy. When Maria discovered the ruse, she exposed Eva during the wedding, leading to one of the soap's most memorable catfights, a fountain brawl worthy of Dynasty. Later, Eva learned she was actually pregnant with Aiden's child, baby Susie, and had planned to hand the baby over to her stepsister, Toya Battersby. Tragically, after Aiden's death, Eva reconsidered her decision. She reconnected with baby Susie and ultimately decided to leave Weatherfield behind, departing in a taxi for a fresh start with her daughter. Coronation Street's Todd faces a heart-wrenching dilemma as Theo's dark storyline intensifies. Coronation Street's Todd Grimshaw is set to encounter one of the toughest emotional crossroads of his life next week as he becomes entangled in Theo Silverton's spiraling financial crisis. In an attempt to ease Theo's growing money worries, Todd makes a compassionate gesture, but it soon tests the strength of their relationship. Can he remain calm around newcomer Pete? And what happens when the unpredictable Theo reacts to Todd's kindness in an unexpected way? In recent episodes, viewers have watched Theo's world slowly unravel following a disastrous encounter with Pete, a potential client with whom he had a brief, impulsive fling. The affair came shortly after Theo's frustration boiled over when he discovered Todd had spent the night at Billy Mayhew's flat. Acting purely out of spite and jealousy, Theo betrayed Todd, setting in motion a chain of painful consequences. Not long after, a crucial business meeting with Gary Windus went completely off the rails when Pete began openly flirting with Theo. The inappropriate behavior caused Theo to lose his composure, and in a heated moment, he lashed out. His furious reaction sabotaged the entire deal, forcing Gary to back out and end all professional contact with him. Now, as a new week begins, Theo is drowning in financial hardship. His savings have all but vanished, and despite picking up the odd small job from friends and sympathetic locals, the income barely scratches the surface of what he needs to survive. His frustration and pride make it even harder for him to accept help, especially from Todd. Meanwhile, Todd's own career is thriving. He's busy organizing a lavish funeral for a recently deceased local councilor, a high-profile event that has earned him respect and recognition within the business. But even as his professional life soars, Todd can't help but worry that his heavy workload might drive an even deeper wedge between him and Theo. Things take another complicated turn when Gary informs Theo that he'll soon be partnering with Pete on a major construction project. Despite the fiery argument that once erupted between them, Gary believes that working together could help repair old wounds and possibly create new job opportunities for Theo. However, Gary doesn't expect Theo to reconcile with Pete himself. Instead, he suggests that Todd be the one to extend an olive branch, hoping that a calm conversation from someone neutral might help settle the tension. The proposal leaves Todd utterly torn. Should he put aside his own pride and approach the man who slept with his partner? Or would that be crossing an emotional line he can never come back from? According to a Coronation Street insider, Todd finds himself walking on eggshells around Theo, who's becoming increasingly frustrated and insecure about his career struggles. Every minor disagreement seems to explode into an argument, leaving Todd emotionally exhausted. He's already juggling the pressures of his demanding job at the funeral home, and now he's being asked to make peace with the very person who caused so much pain. The source adds, when Todd realizes that making amends with Pete, the man Theo cheated with, might be the only way to help his partner financially, he's completely floored. It's an impossible position. Does he sacrifice his own dignity for love, or finally put himself first? As tensions rise and loyalties are tested, Todd's next move could either mend his fractured relationship or shatter it beyond repair. One thing's certain, life on the cobbles is about to get even messier. Coronation Street continues on ITV and STV every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m., with episodes streaming early from 7 a.m. on ITVX and STV Player.